What's up, everybody? Armchair Quarterbacks here for your Week 6 matchup recaps. This is Sunday night, just after Sunday Night Football. This one, we've got the Commish versus Dear Lord Baby Jesus. That's me versus Mikey. So for this Sunday, I had started Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jordan Addison, Ken Walker, Breece Hall, Dallas Goedert, and Puka Nacua. Taking a look at my team here, Shawn, what did you like? What did you not like?
Obviously, the biggest thing so far is you have Amon-Ross, St. Brown, 124 yards here.
Mhm.
So he looks pretty good there. 12 receptions. I think it was the toe originally, and then
Yeah.
that last second injury. Was it ribs or abdomen?
Yeah.
He had something going on with that.
Yeah,
I
he had
think it was like a Thursday, Friday. Really
earlier season, like weeks 2, 3. He was dealing with that toe injury, possible turf toe for a quick second. And then week 5, he missed with the abdomen injury. Don't know what it was. Never was really fully explained.
Yeah, I don't think it was turf toe, because if they would have come out and said it was turf toe.
Mhm.
A lot of the teams do.
Mhm.
And first thing I think of is Julio Jones, and how turf toe really messed him up for like that entire season.
Yeah.
So it's something that's like reoccurring, but Brown looks really good right now. So
Yeah.
That's a huge thing for your team to see Sun God go off like that.
Mhm.
So I thought it could have been even more. I think Jared Goff came up with like 22 points because I was going up against him. So it was a decent game for Detroit.
Yeah.
I just thought it could have been way better. I thought there was opportunity there.
Yeah, Detroit's defense was playing pretty good, so there wasn't really any reason for the game to kind of go to a heavy throwing game.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing that's very pleasing.
Yeah. So that I thought that was easily your best player so far today.
Yeah.
Addison, that was a decent game. He has a touchdown to kind of save his stat line there. Yeah, you always welcome the touchdown deodorant, I say.
Yes.
Even your boy Ken Walker, he could have had an even better game, I thought. But the fact that he's getting receiving work on top of that, on top of the rushing, is pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, there was 2 times you and me were looking, and it's like I was going up against DK Metcalf, so obviously I was cheering for Ken Walker, and
Right.
he had, he could have easily had 3 in this game if, so they had converted on some of their third and shorts.
Yeah.
So, and then I believe I was driving home, and I was probably close to home when I saw a notification that Philly just let Breece Hall basically score a touchdown.
Yeah, I
So
ended
I had
up
to wait until I got home for that.
Yeah, I ended up getting up to do something with one of the boys, and then I came back to that notification. This is a nice notification to come back to. Kind of wish I saw it though.
Yeah, it was so random at like the last minute. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, and then sure enough, they win. And it's like, okay, even this whole season, Philly doesn't look that, at least look like last year. So
Yes, yeah,
still some stuff going on there. Goddard, you're going to be happy with points. So I know you're probably not happy with that, but 42 receiving yards and 5 receptions. In terms of playing tight end roulette, if you don't have Kelsey.
Yeah, no, look, looking at the stat line versus what I saw on TV, it's good to see at least that he had some targets and some receptions. So it's more so just the efficiency and the touchdowns. But as long as he's getting the targets, I'm fine.
Yeah. And then Nacua is your big one here. There was questions, can this sustain with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams?
Yeah.
And we saw in this game, you saw how frustrated I was that they weren't rushing the ball.
Yeah.
And even with my biasy, it translated to where they weren't getting any rhythm. They look like, people on Reddit were calling Josh Allen Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
On the Reddit forums tonight. So it shows a huge difference when any team can kind of establish a run, even if that's not their predominant style.
Mm.
It just it makes the defense a little bit more honest.
Yeah, and I think Sean McVay's offensive scheme works a lot better when it's a little bit more balanced.
Hmm.
At least throwing in more of the run more than they did today.
Yeah, so I think it's still to be seen because it might be something uh, like San Francisco, where it might be a Nakua week, it might
Yeah.
be a Kyron Williams week, and then Cooper Cup's probably going to get his because he probably eats and showers with Matt Stafford at that point. So
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, they eat cereal together, I
Uh
think.
huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, kind of a bummer. I left Jacoby Myers on the bench there. You saw me this morning submitting my questions to CBS guys and going back and forth on playing Addison over Jacoby Myers.
Hmm.
That was a tough one, but it is what it is. You make those decisions every week.
That's
I'm
fine.
Yeah, it's
It's not
not
that.
too big of a deal. I'm glad that I picked up Chuba Hubbard. I'm wondering we'll see coming out of their bye next week what the splits are between Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard. It'll be very
Hmm.
interesting to see for sure because he had a very strong outing today, and Miles Sanders hasn't looked that great lately.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He's probably there's rumblings of him still being injured.
Yeah,
Something that maybe they haven't disclosed.
yeah. All right, so let's move over to Mikey's team over here. So Mikey's team is all done. I do actually still have Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler playing tomorrow. Um, so Mikey's team started this week: Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Cole Kmet, Christian Kirk, and Curtis Samuel. What did you see with Mikey's team today?
Oh man, there's a lot here. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Mikey has a pretty decent starting lineup here, so a lot of it was just bad luck.
Yeah.
So you see Jalen Hurts here, solid 22 points. Don't need to talk about that. The big thing here is Devontae Smith, again with a really quiet day. So a lot of the targets that I saw in red zone, I mean, they're flying over him. It wasn't the high quality targets that AJ Brown gets.
Mm-hmm.
Where it just sits in the basket and he's able to just haul it in.
Right.
So it'll be interesting because I texted Mikey last week, as a buy low candidate just for trades, just to see if we wanted to trade sideways, and he didn't want to do that. He was asking for Pacheco. So interesting to see what he does here if he finally decides, yeah, you know what, or if he has patience.
Yeah.
DJ Moore, a huge loss. I've seen, I think the last post I saw was Jesse Morse, Fantasy Doctors, saying that Justin Fields actually dislocated his finger, popped it back in, and then that there was some of the injury reports that it sounded like might actually have some sort of tear, in which case he has surgery and he's out for 4 weeks plus.
Yeah, I saw that too. And when after
You
he
saw that
popped
too.
the ball, popped his thumb back in, I saw that he tried to grip the ball. He couldn't grip it at all. So
Yeah,
that's
so
that's a very scary thing to see.
that's a serious thing because now
Mhm.
he's going to have most likely have surgery to repair that.
Yeah.
Um, and then he won't even be able to come in practice until he could grip.
Mhm.
So if he can't even grip the ball, let alone, how is he going to throw it? Um, so, I mean, it's scary to think that that might be like the end of the Justin Fields era in Chicago. And that has huge impact, at least for DJ Moore and his performance.
Mhm.
Another injury here is CMC. Christian McCaffrey goes out. And I believe they were saying oblique.
Mhm.
So you guys could watch a couple videos on that. There's posts already about what it could possibly be and how serious that is. But even if he's out for a couple weeks, you're gonna want to find a replacement for that.
Yeah, it really depends on the oblique strain too. My boy
Mhm.
Nakua, he was dealing with an oblique strain like weeks 2 and 3, and he still played and went off.
Yeah, so that's one of those things where they might pop a couple cortisol shots in there
Yeah.
and then get you out on the field.
Yeah.
It just depends on San Fran with their matchups coming up. how much they want to risk that,
Yeah.
if they really do, or if they maybe do a more even 50-50 split. So,
And the other thing too is it could have been one of those things where the team said, "Hey, you know what? We need to save you for longevity, so let's just
mhm.
kind of keep you out for the rest of the game today."
Yeah, and then a few more I would say is just David Montgomery. Monty only comes up with 3, not even 4 points.
Hmm.
Tampa Bay's pretty much been known for having a good run D, and even before Tom Brady era, after Tom Brady era, and then with Todd Bowles being more of a defensive minded coach.
Yeah.
So that's not really a surprise. I mean, that's surprising that he didn't score maybe 10 points or a touchdown. But if you look at game script and you looked at how your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown went off,
Hmm.
he ended up taking those touchdowns that lately has been going towards Monty. So
Well, and then Monty
um,
also left the game early too. Don't forget that.
yeah, okay. And so Monty did leave the game too. So there you go. There's another injury. Um, what was the injury on that one? Was it
Ribs.
shoulder or ribs too?
Remember,
Okay, that's
Tampa Bay player landed on him when he took him down for the tackle.
man, that's crazy. So we were talking about 3 rib injuries already.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, you guys have 4 rib injuries between Nakua, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Monty, and now CMC,
Yeah, that's
all in
crazy.
this one slot. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah. Christian Kirk, decent game. He did get in the end zone with the touchdown. And then Curtis Samuel. I'm actually kind of surprised how productive he's been as of late. You heard me and saw me earlier kind of getting frustrated that Curtis Samuel got that touchdown. Just because I knew that I was playing up against him.
That's going to be hit or miss. He did
Oh,
that
yeah.
last year too,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was looking at him. He hasn't been used the same with the new coaching schemes. So
Yeah.
I think these two right here, Kirk has more chemistry with Trevor Lawrence, but I think even Trevor Lawrence got hurt today. So
Yeah.
I think these two are just touchdown deodorants here. Because if you look at 42 and 49, you take out that touchdown, that's 6.5 points right there with a reception.
All right. So Mikey also left Dalton Schultz on the bench with 14 points compared to Cole Kmet 1.9. Those two tight ends, again, hit or miss. And especially Cole Kmet took that hit with Justin Fields leaving the game early. Besides that, it's about pretty even. Taking a look at the game here, the matchup here, I've got 2 players left. Mike is all done. My 2 players, again, Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler. So I think I'm going to end up coming out on top with this here. So I'm sorry, Mikey, but thanks for the win. All right. That'll be it for this one. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.